Mona Kaiser's with us this morning. She's the executive director of the Faribault Area Senior Center.
Good morning, Gordy.
How are you?
I'm fabulous. Fabulous. Thanks for having me.
Wow, fabulous. May is Older Americans Month. We for sure wanted to have you on here in May, and we try to do a monthly visit. How are you doing on the building?
We are already, we're working on committees. We had our actual first round of committee meetings this week, so we have officially started the project, pre-campaign phase.
So you're planning the campaign.
We are. That's part of the process, is a 3 to 4 month pre-campaign phase where we get all of our questions asked and answered and materials prepared so that we actually start the fundraising piece. We are, we know what we're doing and we know what people are going to ask when we come to them for our request.
Wow, I'm looking at a survey here that you just handed me, some information, almost 200 people involved in the survey. And in most of these items, when you ask about participation in more programs, most of them have no opinion.
Well, and that's true. That's true. I did, and when I gave that to you, I kind of thought that would jump out. I guess you can look at it as people are fine with what they're doing. If you want to look at the first column where it says what they agree with.
Trips was number one.
Yes. People are looking for, they like to do some traveling, and our day trips and our overnight trips are extremely popular. So they're affordable, they're chaperoned and supervised.
You ever thought of an overseas trip?
Because
I have to tell you, on the latest trips I've been to, most of the people that go on these trips, I'm the youngest person there.
Is that right?
So they're mostly seniors.
You know what? And I leave that to people that know how to do those sorts of things. And there are a lot of really good tour companies. I don't know the company you went through, but they are very popular, and we leave that to the people that know what's going on, as opposed to me.
Yeah, we go through a company that specializes in church trips.
Okay.
Because these are church trips that we've typically gone on.
Sure. Yeah, travel is really popular. That, as well as physical and exercise and activity is the other one that people are really interested in, are more interested in.
Special events was fairly high, whatever that is.
Yep, special events. For example, one of the things that we're going to talk about probably later is the special event, the event at Trinity Church during Heritage Days. That was what we would call a special event.
Medical had a high agreement rate,
higher than
most.
some.
Yeah.
Correct. People are interested in health education.
But boy, the one that really pops out at me, intergenerational programs, only 8% wanted to do something intergenerationally.
And that's
want to stay to themselves, I suppose.
Well, what I think most people in that age group, they love spending time with children. But generally,
it's
it's very often their own kids and grandkids or people close to them. Not to take away from the people that enjoy spending time with other people's kids or school events, but the majority of people we talk to have other priorities. So. Yeah, intergenerational is not at the top of the list.
No, but it's interesting information.
It is, and that's why we ask it, is to find out what people are thinking about.
I was also surprised you didn't have a higher legal agreement rate. Living wills, that sort of thing.
And I think that might be one of those topics that people don't look for information until they need it.
Yeah, finances was low, and that doesn't surprise me because, my own parents didn't want us to know what their income was,
Yes, it's another thing. You don't want to talk about it until you absolutely have to talk about it. Or not at all, and leave it to your kids to figure out.
Yeah, but you got to let them know what you got, where it is, all that good stuff. Believe me.
Absolutely.
We've gone through that.
Yep, there are resources.
Fundraising campaign. May is Older Americans Month, so we want to touch on some issues facing seniors these days. By the way, next week, I didn't know this, the next week is CPR week. And we are planning on having a individual with us next Friday that is a a teacher of CPR. So we're going to talk to that individual, Kathy Honick, next Friday on our AM Minnesota show. Next Thursday, I just got off the phone before AM Minnesota with Susan Garwood from the Rice County Historical Society. They've got a special event. I don't know why they asked me to MC it, but they did. I'll be doing that on June 12th. Buddy Koopman's orchestra will be performing. I'll enjoy that. I love the big band sounds. I don't know. Mona, do you like big band music?
I actually do like big band music.
That
I saw the
swing big
flyer
band?
on that. It sounds really cool. Are you a dancer?
Yes, I love to dance.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Susan Garwood will be in studio next Thursday. They have embarked on expansion too, you know.
I did. I had drove by there. They're actually pretty far along already on theirs.
Yeah.
Expecting to open by the fair.
Well, they want to, yes.
Okay.
I just talked to her about that too, and it's going to be nip and tuck
Is it? Is it?
because
I'm
of
very
what
happy.
you're seeing outside right now.
It's been kind of wet. I'm sure that slowed it down. I'm happy for them. I know that they really needed the space, so it's cool. It's exciting.
Yeah, we're looking forward to visiting with Susan next Thursday, and she's hoping to get Buddy with her. I think that'd be cool to get Buddy Koopman on the air too.
Yeah.
Talk about their special fundraising event, which is kicked off June 12th, which is, well, Heritage Days is actually the following weekend, but this is the unofficial kickoff to Heritage Days, I guess, their event on the 12th. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All righty.
So just wanted to toss that out there. A couple of programs coming up next week. We'll have Main Street folks or the Chamber folks in on Thursday or Wednesday of next week, first Wednesday of every month. And then I think the Chamber is switching with Main Street now because of meetings or something. Paradise Center for the Arts, the new executive director, Carter Martin, has agreed to be with me on Monday. So we'll get to know the new executive director of the Paradise Center for the Arts, Carter Martin. Seems like a delightful gentleman. I visited with him on the phone the other day.
I have seen a picture of him. I haven't met him yet. I'll have to tune in and listen.
You'll have to do that. That's on Monday, and then Jerry has the show on Tuesday next week, and we're just going to have lots of fun. I can't believe Heritage Days is that close.
I know. Just like you were talking about, Morristown Parade is right here. It's like that's the first thing in summer.
That's tonight. And doesn't it seem like it just rolls by?
Yeah.
I mean, before you know it, it's fall.
You know, when I walked in the door this morning, that's exactly what I said to the receptionist in front. I said, wasn't I just here? And that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, time flies when you get older.
Amen.
That's how it goes. So we were going to touch on a special program you got coming up. We were hoping to have this person involved in your special program on with us, but that's not going to work, evidently.
It doesn't look like it. We're still trying, you know, and I do have the phone number. But the program is called God's Angry Man, The Incredible Journey of Private Joe Hahn. And there's a colonel, Wayne Quist, who actually has a local tie. I believe he is Christalla Church in the, not Dundas, where am I thinking? Millersburg area. Has family buried there and has some roots there. He actually was born and raised, or he was raised in the Owatonna orphanage for a short time. Ended up in the, no, his uncle was raised in the orphanage. This gentleman wrote about his uncle. I'm sorry. So Wayne Quist will be talking about his uncle and the story of him, starting at the orphanage, going into the military, and he's going to be doing this program at Trinity Church Tuesday, June 16th. So
He's a World War II vet.
he is a World War II vet. Yep, and he fought in the Battle of the Bulge, Patton's Third Army. So the uncle had some terrific stories and poetry and writings that Wayne will be reading. So
Awesome.
Sounds interesting to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So the way we're doing this is a program that we put together to tie in with Heritage Days and all of the events that Heritage Days puts on. So this is our contribution, is pulling this together. Trinity Church will be the host site for it. Tickets in advance are $10, and the really cool thing about that is if you buy them in advance, you will get a free copy of the book, God's Angry Man, that Wayne Quist wrote. So you buy your ticket in advance, you will get a certificate or a to redeem at the event to get your free book. If you don't buy in advance, the ticket price remains the same, $10, but you will pay extra for the book at the door. So you can get a free book if you buy in advance.
Where can I buy those again?
At the Senior Center.
That's the only place?
That's the only place,
Okay,
yes.
because Trinity Lutheran's not a site.
No, Trinity is just the host location for us. They're not co-sponsoring it.
Yeah, you wanted a place big enough to hold lots of people.
Exactly, and our building doesn't really accommodate that. I'm
But you
expecting
will when you
several hundred.
expand, right?
Yes, actually, that's part of our plan and our project goal is to have space for big events like this. Right now, the events that we have are held in our dining room, and we have 100 chairs, but we also have a lot of tables, and it's not conducive to events.
Trinity Lutheran sounds like it's the perfect place to host God's angry man.
Never thought about that.
You know what
I
I'm
never
saying?
thought about that. Yes, we've got a little sidebar tie-in there. Nice job.
Oh, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Trinity Lutheran. They can certainly house a lot of people there.
Yeah, and they're very good hosts to us. You know, they help set up the space. They have staff there that make sure that everything we need is there. So it's a really nice partnership. Nice big parking lot.
So will the program be in their sanctuary or their auditorium?
Yeah, the gymnasium of the school.
Okay.
So that's where we've had it in the past. And it works out really nice because they do have that stage there, and they've got a really nice sound system. So
Tuesday, June 16th. That's the date. Tuesday, June 16th.
6 p.m. Tickets available. It's open to the public. Nothing to do with Senior Center membership or anything like that. We're just the ones that are putting it together. Staff member at the Senior Center, Jen Bimberg, is coordinating this and does a real nice job putting all the pieces together.
Does sound interesting. Again, it's 6 in the evening on
Yeah.
the 16th.
6 o'clock, right. We find that speakers and programs that relate to history are extremely popular, not just with people in older generation, but even younger people really have a lot of interest in history. And now that, especially with this topic or tie-in with the state school orphanage, and Wayne Quist being from the Millersburg area. So, yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be really nice. We've heard him. He's very good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the presenter did a program for us last summer, a tour at Christalla Church and the Millersburg Cemetery and School, I believe, last summer, and was very, very well-spoken and well-educated and super, super nice guy. In fact, he's giving us these books to give away.
Well, how nice is that?
I know. Very good. So,
Thanks to Wayne for that.
Yep, God's angry man.
Doesn't sound angry to me if he's giving away books.
No, I hope it works for you to come. That sounds like that would appeal to you as well.
I think it'd be very interesting. 6 o'clock, June 16th.
Yep. And the reason, last year we did an event to tie in with Heritage Days as well, but we did it on Wednesday night of that week. But what became a conflict with other things that were going on with Heritage Days, and we certainly don't want to take away from other people's events. And so the Heritage Days committee came to us and said, is there any reason why it has to be on Wednesday when there's other things going on? And that they asked if we would move it a day ahead. So we're on Tuesday, and the other things, there's stuff at Central Park and so on. I'm sure you'll have a lot more info coming up.
We got some folks coming on about Heritage Days to get us all enlightened about that. Well, on the 12th, the day that we have the Buddy Koopman event, that's the night, that's at night.
Okay.
That I get to
talk about that.
I get to have some fun over there, maybe shake a leg, who knows. And the 17th and the 19th, I see they're going to be on with us too.
Okay, all right. Well, you're going to know way more about Heritage Days than I will real soon. So hopefully they'll be.
Well, if you tune in, you'll know about same time I do.
All right.
So you want to do that?
Count on me.
Mona Kaiser, Executive Director of the Faribault Senior Center. And what are the particulars? I know some people have signed up to be in your group. Well, I know the Meliers did it in their 40s, right?
Signed up to be in what? In our group?
The Faribault Senior Center, members,
Okay.
membership?
Yeah, membership. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Miss.
I should have said membership, but they
Okay.
became members in their 40s, I know that.
Okay, and membership is, our membership age is actually 50, although it means nothing really except it's just a guideline that we put in place, because we do have people that are younger, like you just said. And we do have people also that are only members because they know it's important and want to support us, like probably the Milliers did. They maybe didn't participate in stuff that we have going on, but know that it's important to support us financially so
Yeah.
that we can be around.
Well, they were in the nursing home business. That makes sense, right?
It does, absolutely.
So Jerry, who turned 60 yesterday,
All right.
he's clearly eligible to be a member.
Yes, that would be true.
And I, obviously, clearly eligible to be a member.
Okay,
I'm over 50, over
Uh-huh.
55 for that matter.
all right.
How much is it?
It's $25 for a calendar year. So January through December is the membership rate for a year, $25, and that gets you in on our mailing list. It gives you discounts on some classes. For example, some classes that we offer that we do charge for, we will have a senior center member rate and then a non-member rate. So you can get some price reductions on that. Some programs that we offer are members only. So trying to make it, and we want to have an incentive for people to be a member. Why charge anything if there's no benefit for them? So we try to do that. On the other hand, we also have several or many programs that are open to the public. So we try to have a blend of those things that have an added value for the membership, but we also want people to think that, okay, well, I can come too. So I think the rate is low, and there's actually been a little discussion recently about, well, why don't you raise the membership rate? You know, there's certainly, we need more money for the project. You can do more if you have more money, and there's some drawbacks to that, because you raise the rate and you take the chance that some people will say, I don't have it, or, well, it's not worth that to me. So, you know, the trade-off is kind of risky.
How many members you have currently?
Just about 800, 750 right now, I think. Usually our year rate is between 750 and 800. So.
And I'm just going to throw out a number here. This is guessing off the top of my head.
Yeah. What?
So it could be way off. I would assume you've seen census data on how many people are 50 and older in Faribault?
Yes.
My guess was going to be around 4,000 or 5,000.
Oh, boy. You know, I don't know the answer to that. That's a great question.
23,000, the population. I'm just throwing out a guess number.
All I can tell you is my favorite statistic is that by the year 2020, which is soon, there will be more senior citizens in the state of Minnesota than school-age children. So that comes from the state demographer's office. So there will be more of us, you know, baby boomers and older adults than kids in school.
Yeah, this generation's not having the number of kids that the baby boomer generation had,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely. Baby boomers, just a reminder, is if you were born between the years 46 and 64. So I happen to be, you know, smack dab in the middle of that. So you're right. The people had more children than they are now. And we are all aging and becoming seniors. So we talked just now about, you know, long-term care, how there's going to be an increase in long-term care. And we also will be seeing more people come through our doors, which is the reason why we're preparing for that with the building.
You have the foresight to do that, Mona. I'm going to get on my soapbox again.
Okay, go ahead.
Why didn't they say that term anyway? Get on your soapbox. But anyway.
I digress.
I quite often do that. But we had State Representative Brian Daniels on this show earlier this week, and we talked about the moratorium on nursing home beds
in
the state, which makes no sense to me at all. With the baby boomers getting older and in need of
needing.
those beds. Does that make any sense? That shows no foresight, in my opinion. You guys have the foresight to expand in anticipation of a need for more space.
Well, thank you, because I do think that's exactly what we're doing, is we realize that we will have more people coming through. We also need to find out what they're going to want to do when they come in the doors. You know, are they going to want to play bingo?
My generation, I don't know.
We don't do much bingo, the baby boomers, and not to take away from bingo. We'll let other people do that.
Sure, absolutely.
But we don't offer bingo, all right? So what do we offer? We're going to expand by having a fitness room. We found that people, as they get older, those of us in this baby boom generation, are more interested in exercise classes and yoga classes and water exercise, those sorts of things. So that is part of our plan. Fitness, computer, kinds of classes, programming, video conference stuff. So we have to think ahead. And you know what? I think maybe it helps that this is the age group I happen to be in, and it's like, okay, what am I going to want to do? And it doesn't hurt to think, okay, what do I want to do when I get to retire? So
yeah, well,
so we're trying to plan for those sorts of things.
And you change too. I mean, when you're 80, you probably don't feel like doing what you're doing. You're 60.
Good point, because the age group that we start at is age 50. But we also have people well into their 90s. So how many organizations do you know of that are programming for people in a 50-year age range?
Wow, I never thought of that.
Between 50 and, 90, let's say 50 and 95.
Supposedly we're going to have more centenarians here, too.
Absolutely.
In our generation.
You would not believe the number of people in their 90s that we see on a daily basis. So, yeah, it's a big range. Brenda Johnson does the programming at the Senior Center and does a fabulous job trying to have those broad program perspectives to reach out to everybody.
Yeah, that's not an easy thing to do.
No, that's for sure. That's for sure. A writing class or a book club may work at a certain time of the day for one age group, but it may not work for another age group. Or, those sorts of things are all considerations. The dining program is another thing that we have to keep in mind. Is the dining program going to look the same for when we get into that, retirement age as it is now? How did we grow up? What kind of meals did we want? When did we eat those meals? How much are we willing to pay for those meals? Those are things that are different or will be different for when we get to retirement age as opposed to people that are, in that age group right now.
Of course, you don't have a lot of control over that because that's all regulated, is it not? You have to have a balanced meal?
Absolutely. But, the choices that may be offered may look different. Right now, we do the mashed potatoes, gravy, stuffing, that sort of meal, a noon meal. But I'm wondering if as we evolve and we have people in my age group, I'm more of have a light meal, maybe a soup and a sandwich or a wrap, and eat like that. And so is that what a menu will look like?
Meat and potatoes is the generation you're speaking of, which is what I pretty much grew up on.
Okay. And a lot of people did, especially the people that we're serving right now, and they're trying to experiment and to do some other things, more salads, taco salads, chef salads.
Potatoes, we always had a veggie.
Of course, and dessert.
Virtually every meal there was a dessert.
Right. So
I don't do that now, though, I will say.
Well, and so
rarely do I have a dessert.
And that proves my point also, is it's changing. We are eating differently, and so the dining program may look differently. One of the things I don't think will look differently is the Meals on Wheels program. I think there will be a strong continued Meals on Wheels program because people want to stay home as long as they can. And what they may need is just to have a little help, and that might be their meal. So I think that Meals on Wheels program or home delivered meals is going to be around for a long time.
And I certainly hope it's delivered by a human. I was just thinking as you were saying that the drones could deliver the meals. And I hope that doesn't happen.
Have you ever done Meals on Wheels, Gordy?
Yeah, and it's cool.
It
and
is.
And the sad, I don't know if it's sad or not, but the reality is a lot of these people have nobody to talk to. So they enjoy your company, and usually I have to stay there a little longer than I anticipate, but I don't mind that. It's
No,
cool.
absolutely. And I know that if people are interested in the Meals on Wheels program, they're always looking for volunteers. So let me put a plug in for them, the Three Rivers Community Action. If you want a rewarding volunteer experience, being a Meals on Wheels driver is rewarding.
Yeah, you can learn about your history, for one thing.
Yeah, these are fabulous people. It's not super time consuming. The senior center, we take a week every quarter. The staff doesn't. And so I actually have a little experience. And I got to tell you, it is rewarding work. And they need people really bad. So,
Yeah, so let's hope
put
they
a
don't-
plug into them.
Let's
for
hope
them.
they don't have to use drones to deliver those meals.
No, that would not be good, would it? Oh,
I mean, they'd get the meal. That's the good thing.
the
but-
human interaction is as important as the nutrition, kind of like the socialization that we offer at the senior center with our meal program. It's as important as the food itself, is the socialization.
Yeah. So we plumb run out of time.
Can't be.
Yeah, we're out of time.